Welcome in. Happy almost Thanksgiving. When you guys are listening to this, I will be frolicking around New York City, and I am very excited for that. Justin, Scoot, and I are going to New York for a few days during Thanksgiving because my ex has my kids, and so I do not want to stay home. I want to go be a bougie bitch and whoop it up in New York City. So that is what we're going to do. Also, if you're watching, I am still not in my podcast studio. I'm so mad about it. I got everything. I put the wallpaper up and did all the things, and I don't like it. So I'm going to get a different big chair that I'm going to sit in, and I'm going to completely redo the background. It's all very neutral right now, and I realized on camera, neutral is not the best. It's like great for my actual home aesthetic, but not for camera. So bear with me, guys. The podcast studio is not going to be ready here for another probably a couple months, honestly. So we're just going to keep filming in my empty living room, but I am getting furniture in 2 days. So next time you do see this, I will actually have living room furniture, which hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? We're slowly getting there, okay? Anyways, guys, today is going to be fun. If you are a very loyal listener, then you will know that in the past when I've had bigger celebrities come on, I like to read them headlines and have them clear up what was really going on, what the real scoop was. Because I have always hated headlines. For 20 years, they have just annoyed the shit out of me, quite honestly, because they're all about clickbait. They're all about just grabbing people's attention, and they're as outrageous as humanly possible. So what I'm going to do today is go through headlines of me over the years, and we're going to clear the air, and we're going to spill some motherfucking tea because I'm in my villain era, motherfuckers. I do not care anymore. And you know what? Some people have really pissed me off over the years, and I've kind of stayed quiet, and I haven't really, the thing is, I didn't have a platform to talk about this stuff. This is why I love the podcast so much, because it's the first time in my 20-year career that I can actually come on here and I can clear stuff up if I want to. And I don't comment on everything. And I know I could have used Instagram and social media and stuff, but I don't know. This is obviously completely different, this sort of platform, being able to have a discussion about some stuff. So I'm really looking forward to today. And you know what, you guys, we're just going to fucking start strong because that's just what we do here at Let's Be Honest. So let's go back to, this must have been 2008-ish, okay, right around there. And by the way, my producer sent me all of these headlines. Going back and looking at myself would not be cute. So thank you, Rosie, my producer. Shout out to you for doing the heavy lifting here, having to sit through all of that. Okay, so anyways, the first headline, guys. Kristin Cavallari denies fling with Kourtney Kardashian's man. Okay, so obviously it's talking about Scott Disick. And okay, I'll just read you. I only have like the first little blip. It says, while word spreads that Keeping Up with the Kardashians villain Scott Disick had a fling with the Hill star Kristin Cavallari while he was on a break from long-term girlfriend, ... Okay, so here's what happened, guys. I had known Scott forever. I mean, honestly, probably since I was 18 or so, just being in LA. We ran in the same group of friends. A lot of my friends knew Scott, so I knew Scott. We used to party together. We used to hang out all the time. Nothing ever happened between us. And then he started dating Kourtney. That was how I met Kourtney, was through Scott. Kourtney and I became really good friends, and I really loved Kourtney. We had so much fun together. I mean, I liked her a lot. And Scott and Kourtney broke up. Well, I'm still friends with Scott, right? Like, I didn't know in those situations you had to choose a side, especially because I met Kourtney through Scott. Okay, well, so I go to Las Vegas. I think I was I don't know if I was hosting an event or going to an event. There was a specific reason why I was going to Las Vegas though. And my friend Stu came, who was also really good friends with Scott. Scott came, and my friend Ryan. Okay. It was me and 3 guys. I thrived in those situations. And we went out, we had a great time. Nothing happened. I was never alone with Scott. Not even for 1 fucking minute was I ever alone with Scott. Okay. Next morning, wake up. I think it was that said Scott and I hooked up in Vegas. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who would, how do they even come up with this stuff? By the way, 20 years later, actually, Justin just texted me this morning with a different headline that he saw about me. And he was like, who says this stuff? Because this headline was actually spot on. And I was even like, oh, clearly someone talked because this is what I said. And I still to this day sometimes have no fucking idea where this stuff comes from, honest to God. And what I also know is typically when they write articles like this, they have to have 2 sources. It can't just be one person calling in and being like, I saw Kristen Cavallari at Jason Aldean's on Broadway making out with Scott Disick. I don't know. They would need to verify that from one other source, which I actually will say, that's good because anyone could just call in and be like, make up whatever. So I will never understand who these sources are, quite honestly. Sometimes I do, and other times I'm like, I don't understand. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so I'm like, what the fuck? I was so pissed, obviously, too. Anytime you're accused of hooking up with someone when you didn't, that shit just irks me, right? And I'm friends with Courtney, and it's just so, to me though, it was so obvious that it would never happen that I also was that won't, I'll talk to Courtney and it won't be an issue. But Stu was I know for a fact Scott is the one who told. And I know for a fact too, and I'll tell you why, because there was zero truth to it. We weren't even being flirty or touchy. There was nothing to it. I could see if we were out at a club and we were flirting and just being drunk and having fun, but that wasn't even the case. And I can't remember exactly, but how it was worded, Stu and I both were like, oh my God, it's 100% Scott that did this to get Courtney back, to piss off Courtney. Because I will say, these manipulative guys are smart like that, where for a lot of times when girls see that a guy's moved on, they're like, wait, I want him back. No, I want him. And it worked. They got back together. And I remember talking to Courtney, being like, Courtney, nothing happened. And what she said to me was, well, I don't know. I have sisters, and I would just never put myself in that situation. And I was like, okay. So she just sort of wanted a reason to, I think, not be friends with me anymore. And I remember at the time, I was so pissed about this rumor because it wasn't fucking true. So I did an interview and I said, the Kardashians have had every opportunity to just simply say it's not true, but they haven't. And I think at the time, Kim was getting a divorce from Chris Humphries, and this was a great distraction. And they always have a motive. And what do you know, you guys? 17, 18, I don't remember when this was. Years later now, here we are, okay? So if you guys listen to the podcast the last month or so, I've been ripping on the fucking Kardashians, okay? Haven't held back. Well, what interesting timing that I get a DM on Instagram from Scott fucking Disick. And I'm going to read it to you guys. And I'm going to read it to you guys because I don't give a flying fuck anymore. They fucked with me for these many years, and you don't get to just do this. And if this is not the most manipulative text I've ever gotten, well, then I don't know what is. Guys, this is classic textbook manipulation control bullshit. Okay, this is what it says. Hey! 3 exclamation points. It's been such a long time. It's crazy. Kind of crazy that our lives are also ended up being kind of similar. I feel like it would be so good to see you and catch up and just talk about the stress and all the different things you got to go through with kids and changing your life around over and over. Really miss you though, and wish I would have reached out earlier. Just been so busy trying to be the best dad I can be. I don't have time for much, but trying to think about myself a little bit again, or trying anyway. Hope to hear from you. Just text me so it's easier to chat. I said to Justin, how funny would it be if he left me Kris Jenner's phone number? I call. She's like, hey, I've been wanting to talk to you. This is like classic manipulation. I miss you. Oh, Scott, you miss me after 17 years? No, that timing is not lost on me. That as I'm ripping on the Kardashians, calling them out for shit, now they want to send in Scott. This kind of goes back to the Britney Spears thing that I was talking about. You guys, this is Hollywood. This is Hollywood. When you're out there talking and they don't like that, this is what they do to try to silence you and control you. So, oh, Scott, you're just reminiscing on the party days from 17 years ago. You miss me? You want to chat? Shut the fuck up. This is so insane. It's like beyond me, you guys. So guess what? Fuck you, Scott. Fuck you, Douchians. I don't fall for your bullshit, okay? All right, glad we cleared up that headline. Nothing ever fucking happened with him. Okay, let's talk about AG1. The holiday season is starting and it's easy to fall off my routine this time of year. That's why I've decided to add AG1 to my routine. And right now, AG1 is running a special Black Friday offer for all of November. AG1 is a daily health drink packed with nutrients to help alleviate bloating, support sustained energy, and whole body health. With the added benefits of probiotics, prebiotics, and adaptogens, AG1 can help combat the stress of holiday schedules while helping your digestion and supporting your energy. I love AG1 because I just do it first thing in the morning. And I love knowing that I'm getting a ton of vitamins and minerals in just first thing right away. I have felt my energy has been incredible. I've had no bloating. I just overall feel really good. And you guys know I do travel a lot. So I love that they make the little travel packs. And I just bring one a day for all of the days I'm going to be gone. I love that they make it so easy to stay on track while you're traveling this holiday season. So guys, this holiday season, try AG1 for yourself or even gift it to someone special. It's the perfect time to focus on supporting your body with an easy and surprisingly delicious daily health drink. And that's why I'm so excited to be partnering with them. Every week of November, AG1 will be running a special Black Friday offer for a free gift with your first subscription. In addition to the welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/honest to see what gift you can get this week. That's drinkag1.com/honest to start your holiday season off on a healthier note while supplies last. Let's chat about one of my favorite brands, which is Bon Charge. Bon Charge is a holistic wellness brand with a huge range of evidence-based products to optimize your life in every way. Founded on science and inspired by nature, all Bon Charge products adopt ancestral ways of living in our modern-day world. Their extensive range of premium wellness products help you sleep better, perform better, have more energy, recover faster, balance hormones, reduce inflammation. The list is endless. From blue light glasses and infrared saunas to red light therapy to EMF management and circadian friendly lighting, Bon Charge products help you naturally address the issues of our modern day way of life effortlessly and with maximum impact. You guys already know, but my personal favorite product from Bon Charge is their red light face mask. Red light has been known to help with wrinkles and fine lines. Yes, please. Sore jaw, eczema, migraines, acne, scar tissue. It's good for wound healing. It's also just really relaxing. And I love that it's so easy to use. You guys, just 10 to 20 minutes each day. You just throw it on. You can use it while you're watching TV, if you're making dinner, folding the laundry. I mean, literally anything that you want to be doing. It's lightweight. It doesn't get hot on your face. And you guys, I've tried every single red light face mask out there. None of them compare to the Bon Charge one. And Bon Charge is having their coveted end of year sale where you can save the most dollars all year. So go to boncharge.com and use coupon code HONEST25 to save 25%. That's BONCHARGE.com and use coupon code HONEST25 to save 25%. All of my loyal listeners will probably remember the episode that I did back in July with Foria's Chief Education Officer, Keanu Reeves. And it was all about sexual health and intimacy. And that's why I love Foria so much. It's all about their intimacy products. On the episode, I talked about their awakening oil that I absolutely love. I've been telling all of my friends about it. And actually, one of my good friends was the one who initially told me about it. The Awaken oil uses CBD and has this warming sensation, including organic botanicals that enhance arousal, sensitivity, access to orgasm, and just overall pleasure. Best of all, you guys, Awaken just turns you on. Awaken is proven to work, and this is based on consumer perception study conducted by Citrus Labs. 92% felt more aroused and 92% reached orgasm. Foria is the perfect gift for this holiday season, you guys, or even anniversaries, birthdays. I think it's a fun little gift to give to your partner, or like I said earlier, any of your girlfriends will benefit from this. In addition to their Awaken Arousal Oil, I also recommend the Pleasure Set, which has all three of Foria's best-selling intimacy products. So that is their Awaken Arousal Oil, their Sex Oil, and their Intimacy Melts. So yes, guys, you have my permission to try this. I fully endorse you to go ahead and treat yourself or your partner. Experience your juiciest and deepest sensual experience with a bottle of Foria. Foria is offering a special deal for my listeners. Get 20% off your first order by visiting foriawellness.com/honest or use code HONEST at checkout. That's FORIA wellness.com/honest for 20% off your first order. I recommend trying the Awaken or their Pleasure Set with all three of their best sellers. You'll thank me later. That feels good. Okay. Let's go into another great one. So when I filmed The Hills, so here's why The Hills was really tricky, is because The Hills' success was largely fueled by the tabloids. And you guys have to remember, this is a time before social media. So the tabloids were very different than they are today. They carried a lot more weight, and people sort of live and died by them. And that was where you would get any sort of celebrity photos, info, the juice, like it. And I remember I used to say to people, you know, these are weekly magazines that they have to fill every single week. If nothing's going on, they quite literally have to make shit up because they've got deadlines, they have a job to do, and they have advertisers spending money on them, and it's all about their sales, right? It's a game, and it's the same thing. It's just online, and it's the clickbait, and that's why it's such a game, because it's like the amount of money that they make is solely relied on how many clicks they have. Where at this time, and you know, like the early 2000s, it was about how many issues how many, you know, printed copies they were selling every week. And so the crazier the headline, you know, and the front of the, you know, the cover of the magazine and everything, the more people are going to want to buy it. So anyways, that was challenging because the producers, one producer in particular of Laguna Beach and the Hills, would fuel the tabloids with these fake storylines that we were doing on the Hills, but that was it, and it worked, you know, like, and listen, from a producer's perspective, I get it. Like, I would probably do the same thing, quite honestly. But it's obviously harder when it was my life, and I was okay with it to a degree because I knew that what I was doing on the Hills wasn't real. I had a very separate life. And that was the only way I could sort of stay sane through it all, was to, you know, Hills is work, this is a job. And then, you know, my real friends who I was really dating was off camera. But the one time it really went too far was when this headline came out. Wasted Kristen Cavallari hunted for cocaine at Super Bowl. February 17th, 2010. And then it says, but those close to the hard partying Cavallari, 23, says that such antics have become more and more typical. Her issues are becoming apparent to everyone, and insert an insider reveals she's getting scary thin and not showering regularly. She's clearly unhealthy. I will never forget when this came out. And the fact that it said I wasn't showering, I mean, that gave me and everyone in my life a really good laugh. Like a really good laugh. I've hit rock bottom. I don't even shower anymore. Like, it's just so aggressive. Okay, so here's what happened. Was I in my party girl era? 1000%. I've never denied that I was a party girl. I never needed rehab. It was never out of control. I was never not showering either. And I was thin. Wasn't the thinnest I ever was. I can tell you that. I wasn't like scary thin by any means. I wasn't thin because of cocaine. Let's just clarify that. I definitely did cocaine in my day, but it wasn't, I mean, I think I would say I had it under control. It wasn't like it took over my life. It was like I did it recreationally. It was a party drug. It was, you know, I experimented. I had fun. It never took over my life. I think that's the best way I could put that. So I went to the Super Bowl in Miami, and I was going to Miami with my friends. And then MTV decided, oh, wait, we're going to come and we're going to film. And I was like, hang on a second. I'm flying myself here. I've already planned my trip. And now you guys want to fucking piggyback on this? I was pissed. I wanted to have a weekend to myself and go out and have fun and not worry about a camera in my face. And again, I had a very separate life. So that was now what was supposed to be a fun weekend for me turned into work, right? And I'm 23. Like, I'm not happy about it. But okay, I realize I have a job, and so okay. But so I wasn't hunting for cocaine. By the way, I wasn't fucking dumb. I wasn't like at a party going up to anybody going, do you have any cocaine? Please, can I have some cocaine? Like, I knew where to get it, and I was like, hunt for it, right? So, but the issue was, it was the night of the actual Super Bowl. The whole cast and I are texting going, we don't want to film. Like, we all want to go out and have fun. So we're all like, fuck it. We're not going. Collectively, as a group, we all said, we are not going to film. So I'm like, great. Woo. I go out all night. I'm having fun. La-di-da-di-da. Well, what happened was everyone slowly trickled back to the hotel. And the producers ended up having them film a scene. The girls specifically. The guys always got away with fucking everything, by the way. It's always the girls. And I've talked about this before, so I'm sorry if you've heard it. But long story short, the producer of The Hills, Adam DeVello, bribed the girls, Audrina and Lo, with a Birkin bag. A Birkin bag, you know, is a very expensive purse. At the time, they were like, you know, the it bag. It could be let's just say around $10,000. You know, they span up and down depending on which type you're going to get. And Lo took the bait. Lo said, okay, I'll call Kristen out on camera for doing drugs for a Birkin bag, which she never got because you have to get that shit in writing. And so they did. And then the next morning, they woke me up in my hotel room with a camera in my face. And I was obviously exhausted. I was out partying the night before. But it was also like, it was so dirty to me. And, you know, I understand reality TV is like that now, but this is in 2010. I mean, this is a long time ago. Shows weren't dirty like that. And I just sort of sat there. Oh, and fuck Lo, man. She's like, it smells in here. Just really playing into it. And actually what happened after that was we all went into MTV with all, you know, my manager, my publicist, our lawyers. MTV's lawyer was on the phone, and Audrina is the one who was like, no, Adam, you bribed us with a purse. Like, it all came out. Quite honestly, I probably could have sued MTV, but to me, it wasn't even worth it. But because of that, what the producers created, I then had to live that out in the tabloid world. So I was on the cover of every fucking tabloid saying I needed to go to rehab, I had a cocaine problem, and all this stuff. And at age 23, that was really hard. It was really hard. But, you know, I was partying. I'm not blaming this on everybody else. Like, I definitely was doing things I'm actually not going to say I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing, because I don't regret doing any of that. I don't regret partying. I really don't. I think for a long time, that situation had a lot of control over me because I did blame Adam DeVello for that. And it wasn't until a few years later that I was like, I have to get a new perspective on this for me. And so I asked myself what I could have done differently. And it was, I could have shown up to film when I was supposed to. It's really that simple. And I didn't. And that's on me. And honestly, flipping the narrative for me on that is what then made me able to move on from it and let it go. And I didn't have that anger anymore. And so that's, I think in any situation, just taking a hard look in the mirror and really asking yourself what you could do differently or could have done differently is the only way to move on from some of these situations, because anger and blame, they don't do anything for you, and there's no growth in that. And I fucked up, I did. And I'm someone who's very professional. I'm very responsible. And that was a huge fuck up for me. So anyways, but I remember just being like the not showering thing. I was like, this really now is taking it too far. Like that's what irked me out of everything. Okay, let's see. Let's move on to... Okay, here's one that was really annoying too. Cavallari. Bears quarterback proposed to me in a text message. God, this used to drive me fucking crazy. Okay, so what happened was Jay and I got engaged after 8 months. It was very fast. He proposed to me in Cabo. It was very romantic and sweet. It was all the things, right? And then we split up a few months later, and I called it off. And so what happened was we were in LA, and I gave him the ring back, and he left. And I think I gave him the ring back because I called it off. I think this is such a interesting conversation with friends is... In an engagement, if you do split up, who gets to keep the ring? And I think if the guy breaks up with you, you keep the ring. He gave you that ring as a present. But I called it off. So I was like, well, I need to give it back. I'll give it back then, obviously, because this is on me. So I gave him the ring back. Okay, so we split up. I went to Greece. I did Dancing with the Stars. I did all the things that I wanted to do that I maybe necessarily couldn't do, or someone didn't want me to do them. And I went to Greece, and then I ended up missing Jay, and I texted him. And then when I got home from Greece, I went to Chicago, and I stayed with him for the weekend. We had a great weekend, and we slowly started getting back together. And I had said to him at one point, because I was then in LA doing Dancing with the Stars, so I couldn't see him all the time, and he was playing football. And I just said to him at one point, just send me, let's do this, right? Let's still be engaged and get married and everything. And I actually said, just send me the ring in the mail. This headline about him proposing to me in a text message, I actually don't know where that came from, because the headlines I remember were that he sent me the ring in the mail. That's how he proposed to me, was sent me a ring in the mail. And I said, just send it to me, because I don't know when I'm going to see you next. And I want to wear my ring. It was really that simple. And the way that took off, it drove me crazy, because everyone was like, oh, he proposed to her in a text message, sent her a ring in the mail. He could give two shits. But that was all from me. I was the one who was like, no, just send it to me, because he had already proposed. We had already done all of the things. I broke up with him. Actually, that was the other thing. Everyone thought that he broke up with me. And that also pissed me off. I'm okay when things are true, because I'm someone who, I'm just authentic. If I did something or something happened to me and those are the headlines, I'm like, okay, well, fuck, yeah, whatever, that's true. But when it's so not true, that's when I get so mad about stuff. So between everyone thinking that Jay broke up with me and then sending me my ring in the mail and proposing to me on a text message, I was like, oh my fucking God, this couldn't be farther from the truth. So this whole era really pissed me off. And again, this is also before I was on social media. I had no platform to say anything. And I wasn't going to talk about this in an interview. Like, I don't know. That is the one good thing about social media and like this podcast, like I said at the beginning, is you can kind of take your narrative back and you can kind of say what you want to say. That's been really nice for me. And then, okay, well, while we're on the subject of Jay, I'll talk about another one. So where is this? So when Jay and I were together, I created an Instagram for him. At the time, he didn't want to be on it. And so I named it If Jay Had Instagram. And I was like, this is what he would be posting if he had Instagram. I thought it was funny. And right before we split up, he took back his Instagram. And at the time, so it was kind of a storyline on Very Cavallari. We talked about it. So everyone knew that I was running the Instagram, but then he took it over right before we split up. And Jay and I, I don't even know, a year and a half or so when we first split up, we're like really trying to figure out like, can we be friends? Can we co-parent to get it was a tough thing to navigate, as anyone who's gone through a divorce can probably relate to if you have kids. But so on Mother's Day, so we split up in, I would say March. We announced it in April. I've told you guys this story. We went to spring break for our kids, thinking it would be like the last hurrah. And as soon as we got home, we would figure out the living situation and everything. And then that's when COVID hit and we ended up getting stuck in the Bahamas for a month. Never slept together in the same bed, like nothing, like the whole time we were done, but came home. And then, so we got home in April, and then I think we announced it like middle of or end of April, but obviously like we had been done for longer than that. But anyways, my point is, so on Mother's Day, so that's May, so like a few weeks after we had announced our divorce, he posted a happy Mother's Day thing for me on his Instagram. And everyone thought I made that post to myself. So this headline says, Insta failure. Wait, did Kristin Cavallari secretly wish herself a happy Mother's Day on Jay Cutler's Instagram account? It's like, oh my God. No, you fucking dipshits. I didn't wish myself a happy Mother's Day. Oh my God. In fact, when we were together, I never posted myself on his Instagram ever. And he was like, you should post this picture of you. And I was like, no, I would never do that. And then I get shit on for it. I have always felt like the press, the media, loves to just like paint me in this light. I guess, you know what, the difference is I don't really care anymore, but I did care for it. I just felt like I could never win when it came to the media. And so anyways, that was just like, this shit's annoying. You know what I mean? Always stuff that's so wrong. Since you hit play on this podcast, thousands of photos have been posted on social media, capturing the moment, but not always living in them. A few hundred more now. Cotton is asking us to help my listeners take a pause, to tell stories instead of just watching them, and to make moments better by wearing a versatile, comfortable, and long-lasting fabric. A fabric you may be wearing or even laying on right now. Cotton is my go-to. There is nothing better than wearing cotton when you're lounging around the house. My favorite is a nice flowy cotton dress in the morning, having my morning coffee on my front porch. Cotton is natural and comes from the earth. Because it's natural, it does not contribute to microplastic pollution. Cotton is versatile, long-lasting, and timeless. Cotton is comfortable, breathable, and easy to clean, giving permission to be authentically you. I always try to look for 100% cotton, not only because it's natural, it's good on the skin, and I can just always count on it. Also for my kids as well. And even when they were little babies, 100% cotton was always really important to me. Cotton is asking all of us to recharge in our own way. This could mean putting down your phone or scrolling on it for hours. You do you. This makes me think of my alone time that I need for recharging my batteries. There is nothing better for me than being home, wearing something really comfortable, and just having a minute of peace and quiet for myself. That is when I am the happiest. So you guys, press pause with cotton, the natural choice. Discover the fabric of now at thefabricofourlives.com. I want to talk to you guys about a brand that I know you know and love, and that is Gatorade. Specifically, I want to talk to you guys about Gatorade Hydration Booster. You guys know that I absolutely love electrolytes and I drink them every single day. Well, Hydration Booster contains electrolyte levels suitable for all day, always on hydration, so you can enjoy Gatorade Hydration Booster throughout the entire day. Advanced blend of electrolytes from watermelon, sea salt, and other sodium and potassium salts. This product contains 30 calories and 5 grams of sugar versus Liquid IV, which contains 45 calories and 11 grams of sugar. They're packed with essential vitamins backed by Gatorade's superior science experts. They have no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or added color, which you guys know I absolutely love. They help keep you at your best, no matter what the day throws your way. This product is for anyone with a lot on their to-do list. Electrolytes are not just for athletes, you guys. I love drinking electrolytes when I'm working out, if I'm going in the sauna, if you're feeling a little run down, which maybe you guys can hear it in my voice right now, but I am. I love that the electrolytes in Gatorade Hydration Booster come from recognizable sources like watermelon juice and sea salt. That is right up my alley. If you guys have not gotten on the electrolyte bandwagon, I'm telling you, once you start, you will never go back. So definitely check out Gatorade Hydration Booster. Put your water to work with Gatorade Hydration Booster. You can use code BOOST20 on Gatorade.com to try it yourself for 20% off. Okay, this quick ad is for all of my business owners. Let's talk about Shopify. My personal favorite app on my phone. Shopify is basically the Uncommon James store. It does both our e-com and our POS systems. POS is for the store systems, and I love that you can do both on one, especially right now, this holiday season. I love checking Shopify. They have their own little special feature for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which I'm getting ready to be checking constantly here. And what I like so much about Shopify is they just make everything so easy. I also launched Uncommon James with Shopify, and here we are 7 years later, still using Shopify. So they've been able to grow with us and scale with us, and they just really take care of us as a business. Another thing that they have on their app that I love is you can actually see how many people are on your website and where they're coming from. That for me as a business owner is just such a dream come true. There is nothing I can't say about Shopify. So if you guys are looking to launch a business or if you already have a business, I would highly recommend checking out Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Cavallari, and that's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Cavallari to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Cavallari. Okay. Well, we were just talking about Dancing with the Stars, and I don't even remember this, to be honest with you. But again, so Rosie, my producer, sent me these, and this headline is Kristen Cavallari and Mark Ballas find themselves on the dance floor of hookups. I don't even remember anyone accusing us of hooking up. So this is actually kind of funny for me. But it says, with both of the young hotties freshly single, the rumors are flying all around town about them hooking up after practice. Kristen Cavallari and Mark Ballas share some insane chemistry on the dance floor, so it's no wonder why anyone would speculate. When asked about it, the reality vet says she expects people to think they're dating. I kind of expect the dating rumors, to be honest, but that's what happens when you put two people together. Well, yeah, no shit. There's always rumors about everyone hooking up on Dancing with the Stars. Mark and I never hooked up. It's just like the fact that I even feel like I need to defend myself. I'm like, it's not true. It wasn't true though. And in fact, I'm trying to think, I think Jay and I were like basically together the whole time. We were like trying to like work it out and figure it out. Jay was in the audience for, I think it was my 3rd episode or something on Dancing with the Stars. And so no, Mark and I never hooked up. I adore Mark Ballas. And I will say, like, the Dancing with the Stars crew, you know, you do become a family or a very tight-knit group because you do spend so many hours together, and we would go out too. And but no, I don't even remember anyone from my season hooking up, to I don't remember anyone hooking up. So that was not true, but that's funny because I didn't even remember that one. Okay, here's another one that's really annoying. This one's more recent. And, listen, I am not going to do the most recent ones just because I've told you guys, if I want something to like go away, if I don't want someone's name associated with mine anymore, I try to just like, you know what I mean? But okay, so this one is Kristen Cavallari reveals why she threw out a necklace her best friend gifted her daughter. A little crazy. Okay. So there was a TikTok trend about tell me a time you did something really crazy. Maybe we sort of tried to make this a trend at Uncommon James. Maybe it didn't actually become a trend. We were just trying. This is what it was. Okay. When our fragrance Hard Feelings came out, this is what it was. My marketing team wanted to do like a kind of like kitschy fun trend, and it was like, tell me a time you did something that made you have hard feelings or something. And I couldn't fucking think of anything. But someone did gift my daughter a Kendra Scott necklace. 2, actually. It was not my best friend or an ex-best friend. It was someone closer to me than that. As a big old fuck you to me. And I said that. I said something, when someone gifted a competitor's necklace to my daughter, which that part was true, I would never throw out my daughter's necklace ever. I'm not that fucking crazy. But I said that, this is my own fault. I said it in the TikTok because I was like, I'm like talking to the marketing team. I'm like, and then I did what? Because it was like, say the hard feeling that you had and then what you did. I'm like, I literally did nothing about it. In fact, I was like, oh my God, it's so cute. I love it. Like, okay. But for the plot, I had to say something. I said I threw it out. I fucking knew. I knew I shouldn't have said that. That's on me. It's like after all these years, I got to just listen to my gut feeling on this stuff. But I fucking said I threw it away. And people lost their minds. And to be fair, I guess rightfully so, but it wasn't true. It's like, I think for me, TikTok is fun. It's not that serious. And the people who take everything so literal, I'm like, you need to fucking calm down. Like anytime I do a voiceover, everyone's like, oh, she's talking about so-and-so. It's like, no, I'm actually not talking about anybody. I'm just doing a trend and I'm doing a voiceover. Like it's not that deep, but people take everything so seriously. But it's funny that everyone said that it was my best friend. I'm like, what? People just make shit up. They just make shit up. So my best friend didn't gift Sailor a competitor's necklace. I didn't actually throw it away. Sailor has a few pieces of jewelry from a competitor, and I don't say shit. I tell her how cute they are, okay? You know what the other thing is too? Sarcasm and joking around, having fun in an interview does not translate in text, And so like if, let's say I went on a podcast, we can use my podcast as an example. Even my podcast, hearing the way I say something and putting inflection on different things, hearing my tone, joking around is one thing. But then when these, weeklies take it and transcribe it and it's now just in text, it reads very different a lot of times. And so I actually have this theory that, because a lot of celebrities, when you meet them, it's almost like, it almost makes you feel crazy in a lot of ways because a lot of celebrities it's almost like delayed almost when you're having a conversation with them. It's like they're so uptight, guarded, careful about what they're going to say, like delayed in what they say, really thinking carefully about how they're going to deliver what they're going to say. It's like, it's a very interesting thing. And like, I remember being, 18 and being thrown in the celebrity world and experiencing that and being like, this is so weird. Like, I don't like having these conversations with people because I'm very like, hey, how are you? In your face. I say dumb shit all the time. I'm like, I don't think about stuff, but I can see why they are like that because it's happened to me 1,000 times where your words get taken out of context. Sarcasm doesn't translate. Like, it just, if you're like a lighthearted, bubbly, you know, like joking kind of person, like that, it's horrible in text. And so I totally can empathize with people wanting to really make sure how they deliver something is going to come across accurately in text. But just on like a human level, it's a weird thing. And I've always said, I hope I never get like that where you're just, it's almost robotic in a lot of ways. And that's probably why I get so many dumb fucking headlines written about me, because I don't want to say I don't care. I'm more concerned about being a normal human being than being a robot, quite honestly. But that's why the headlines that I do see about me, I'm like, if I only saw headlines and didn't know the context or anything, I would hate me. I totally get why some people on the internet fucking hate me. Like, I'm annoying as shit too. I think I'm annoying in the headline world of it all. So I get it. Okay, anyways, back to staying the course. Okay, Kristen Cavallari's worst advice from producers was make out with the gay bartender on the hills. I don't remember saying it was the worst advice. I think I was just like, the fuck? So we did a Costa Rica trip. Maybe it was the end of my first season of The Hills. Yeah, because it must have been, because the producers, there was a really cute bartender. I actually didn't know he was gay. And the producers kept saying, well, this is the shit they would do all the time. Kristen, you should make out with the bartender. We're trying to get picked up for a second season. And I'm a team player. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. We need another season. Absolutely. So I did. I kissed him. And then afterwards found out he was gay. I was like, sweet, cool. Yay. Woo. That's fun. But that wasn't something I was like butthurt about. I didn't think that was like the worst advice. I truly, when I joined The Hills, I was like, I'm a team player. I'm down. What do you guys want me to do? Like, loop me in on the conversations rather than trying to just manipulate me, because you guys are going to get what you want anyways. I would rather just make it fun for me and be on the same page. So it just made it a lot more fun. Okay, and then let's end with this little nugget. So my first boyfriend in LA when I was 18 was Brody Jenner. And then Brody and I broke up and I dated Nick Lachey. And this was a wild time in my life because I was overnight on the cover of every tabloid. I had so many paparazzi following my every move, waiting outside of my house. And that was the first time I had experienced that, being 18. Maybe I was 19, but whatever. It was 18, 19. And it was wild. It was a lot. And he had just, gotten a divorce from Jessica Simpson. So this was like the biggest thing in 2000 and it must have been like 2006. And it was a wild ride. And I remember the tabloids would like compare me to Jessica Simpson and say I was stealing her red carpet poses. I'm like, stealing her red carpet poses? There's like 4 fucking poses you can do on a red carpet. Like, what are you, my hand on my hip? You think I'm stealing her poses? Like, what? And this was when I really started to kind of like lose trust in some people. And there was, actually the photo is right here. There was a picture, here, I'll show it to you guys for the people watching. By the way, you can watch all of these episodes on YouTube, you guys. I get asked that a lot on Instagram, where you can watch it. There's always a video. It is always on YouTube. So I was out one night with my friend Kendall, and Nick was there, and we were all sitting together. We were at a club, and we were all sitting together. But Kendall acted like she was taking a photo of just me and her, right? And Nick is in it next to me, but like he's not looking at the camera because everyone thought it was a picture of me and Kendall, but Nick is actually in it a little bit. And if I can find this fucking photo on my phone, I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay, here it is. So let me just... Okay. So, okay. So, Kendall sold this picture for $2,500. And it's not even a good picture. So, it was a picture of Kendall and I. Cut Kendall out of the photo. So, it looks like it's just a picture of Nick and I, but you can tell, like, it's an awful photo. In fact, it doesn't even look like we're really together. It looks like they took 2 pictures of us and put them next to each other, because I'm like leaning away from him because I'm like taking a photo, drinking a cranberry vodka. Like, girl, that just shows you how young I was. You're going to feel like shit tomorrow drinking all that sugar. Ew, cranberry vodka. Blech. And Nick is like sitting here not even like looking or paying attention because no one thought we were taking a picture together. But that was so fucked up. And she blamed it on her brother. She's like, my brother stole it off of my computer. Bullshit. But, you know, the tabloid world, this is what they do. They pay people, so it gives them an incentive to do this. It's a gross world. Radar Online paid my stepbrother years ago to talk. I mean, it's gross. It's gross. And that was kind of like the first real sense of betrayal that I felt, of like, oh, wow, I'm not even safe with my people I think are my friends. That is also LA to a degree, I would say. It's hard to meet really good, genuine people. But that was like my introduction to just shadiness. But okay, I don't care. I'm over it now. But this is funny because in this, it basically is saying like Nick's week of women, like Nick's a bachelor now and there's like, you know, so much going on with Nick and blah, blah, blah. But like we had been seen together a bunch. And then it says Kristen's week of men. And it's a picture of my friend Pascal, who I was at the Laker game with, but with a group of people. Thank you very much. And then this is so dumb. On March 22nd, Cavallari primped outside LA Club LAX and was later spotted with a mystery guy. Oh, a mystery guy? Okay, got it. And then it says ex-Jenner with Cavallari in January. Slept over at her house as recently as March 20th, says a source. Oh, shut up. Like, people just literally make stuff up. My week of men. That's what I'm saying. A mystery guy. You guys are pulling shit out of your ass. Also, there's no fact checking here. I remember seeing articles I'll say who it was. I remember, so Lindsay Lohan and I, when I was like 18, 19, used to be at the same management company. And I remember seeing a photo of her with the main manager at this company saying Lindsay's new man, blah, blah, blah. He was her gay manager. So, which is interesting because you would think Hollywood, like these people would do their fact checking, but they wouldn't. I want to say they've gotten better about all of this stuff. Cause again, I mean, this was like, 19-ish years ago, but that's the game they used to play. And so that was a wild time, a time to be alive, you guys. So that's just some of the tea over the years. And maybe in a year or so, I'll do headlines from what's going on currently right now. It's just too soon. It's too soon. But I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. I hope you are with loved ones. I'm thankful for a lot this year. I mean, every year I am, but, health is always at the forefront for me, especially having 3 kids. Like, everyone's healthy, and I just think without health, nothing else matters. You have nothing, and I'm just, I'm really thankful for that this year. So I hope everyone stays safe and is also healthy and is with the ones that you love. And I will see you guys soon in December. What the fuck? How is it already December? Okay, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.